Alright, Muncies, guess what I got my hands on? The battle damage reveal figures. Not all of them. I do not believe the Warbat or the Kong with fighter jet, either of those are available right now. You hear those locusts? It's gonna be a hot day. So, but I got 4 of them here, and we're gonna take a look at all of them. So yeah, first thing I want to do is look at the box art here. It's pretty much the same thing as the giant figures, but you might want to take a close look before you pick yours out if you find yours in stores. The little plastic casing that holds these spare parts in, they're really just loosely taped in there, so make sure all your parts are there before you buy yours. If that's possible, if you don't order yours offline, if you find yours in stores. So yeah, we have Godzilla with radio tower, Godzilla with heat ray, Kong with battle axe, and Skullcrawler with heave? Okay. With a heave, whatever that means. Yeah. Let's take a look at the Skullcrawler one first, since we don't get too many Skullcrawler figures. Yeah, so yeah, they all have battle damage, and there's the back of him. But to the left here, we have this little, I believe it was called, let me see here, Heave, Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle. So that's what that is. Yeah, so there you go. Let's see here. Skullcrawler with heave. Legends collide as Godzilla and Kong, the 2 most powerful forces of nature, clash in a spectacular battle for the ages. The monster war rages on the surface and deep within our world, as the spectacular secret realm of the Titans known as the Hollow Earth is revealed. And then we have a little bio here. The most dangerous species on Skull Island, the ferocious Skullcrawler, attacks with razor-sharp claws and a whiplash tail to dominate opponents in battle. So do you think we're actually going to see the Skullcrawler in the movie? I think it's entirely possible. Okay. And then for Kong, there's his skin, or his fur, you should say, and a battle axe. Once again, this up here is the same, but Kong's bio reads, "Feel the mighty strength of Kong as he enters the ultimate battle royale against Godzilla with bone-crushing primal strength and the legendary new weapon fit for a king." Speaking of the Skullcrawler, I'm glad they're at least making the most of that character. You know, he's not just a quick throwaway kaiju anymore. He's got a little bit of a legacy here with the Monsterverse. And then, yeah, as you can see here, the 2 major differences is they both have like atomic blue glow, but this one's actually a translucent here, which we'll hold up to the light and look at it in a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Harness the awesome power of Godzilla's thunderous roar and devastating tail swipe as the king of the monsters battles Kong to settle an ancient rivalry. That's right, an ancient rivalry about 60 years in the making, the rematch. And then this one also has the same bio. Alright, so I'm going to pause this real quick. And we're going to actually step away from this. And I do want to do one more comparison really quick of the giant figures, which I forgot to do in my previous review. So I'll be right back with that. Yeah, so really quick, here is the new Playmates Giant Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. And this is him compared to the Playmates Kong Skull Island, I guess, giant figure. I can't remember if that's what it was called. Both are actually pretty great sculpts, but I'm still liking that new Kong better than this version. But they stack up about the same height, so they're pretty compatible here. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if the feet are actually the same. I want to say the legs are actually the same, they're just repainted, but maybe not. It looks like these might be the same parts. The only difference is the engravings or the wrinkles on the toes are deeper on this one. But maybe they could just copied that mold. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But that's all I really wanted to show with in regards to the scale comparison for the Giant Kong. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the battle damage Godzilla out of the package here. I've already inserted the skin piece here. It's almost all a very, very soft, rubbery texture here. The legs seem to be solid plastic, and the main body seems to be solid plastic. But as you can see here, look, the arm's just... I really hate that everything's just soft, rubbery, everything nowadays. Overall, yeah, the pose is the typical Godzilla pose. I like the little curve here in the tail. It's colorful, it's detail. The face is a little too soft and lacking in detail there. It's just, wow. It's a little goofy looking. But the fact that these, like, it's a 4, 5, 6 piece set, depending on if you collect them all. It's pretty awesome to have all these different characters with the battle damage pieces. Yeah, this scar tissue here that I put on already, it's very soft rubbery material and stuff, but it's large enough that you actually really have to squeeze it to fit in there. I don't think I could even pull this out with one hand right now on camera. But yeah, there you go, that's in there. And for the accessory, here is the beat up radio tower. I'm not sure, I guess that's supposed to stand on his own, like that. And then he comes in here and just knocks it over, or maybe it actually is supposed to squeeze into his hand somehow. The only thing is, this is some of the softest material I've ever come across in a toy here, in an action figure, I guess. It is supposed to look bent up, of course. However, just look at this. It can bend. You could probably bend and just rip it in half if you really wanted to. It really feels like this was like 3 different little pieces, and then they just kind of glued them together with a little bit of rubber. This makes me very weary about this here. Wary is the term I'm thinking of. But nonetheless, it's a really cool little accessory piece here. And we'll see what it looks like when we have everything else lined up together. I'll be right back. Okay, so here they all are out of their package, showing their battle damage. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is actually the battle damage here. But the whole thing being red on the back kind of doesn't make the flesh stand out very well. And here's all the accessories. Alright, yeah, so if you didn't notice before, the Godzilla figures and the Skullcrawler come with a tail piece that is on a ball joint. You just pop it in there. Kind of like the NECA figures. Yeah, there's no difference in sculpt between these two. It's the same ones, obviously. It's just emphasis on the translucent and slightly darker paint. As I said before, these are all like really soft vinyl, almost, except for certain parts of the body, which might be hard plastic. I can't quite tell. Same goes with the Skullcrawler. The joints are nice and tight, at least on mine. But it's still all just really bendable stuff here. Yeah, that's not the joint bending, that's the actual material. Just a quick look at some of the paint job there. We'll get into articulation in a second here. The highest quality one seems to be this Kong figure here. Both in, I guess, maybe detail, you could argue. But it seems a lot more solid and heavy than the other figures. Not by much, but still. Yeah, I really like the... Kong has tons of articulation. Oh, wow. But yeah, even his limbs seem a lot more solid and everything. Okay, so let me cut away again and come back with the skin tissue pieces added. Okay, once again, there you go. I have the scar tissue back in the stomach. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap. I don't know if that's intended so you can just get a grip of it and pull it off from there, or what, but it doesn't seem like it actually pops in there. Really quick, did I show off the translucent? Look at that. Like the middle's got like more of a clear view, which is actually a really cool effect. It's just sad that they couldn't add any paint up here to create the transition effect. Wow, look at that, how it changes depending on the angle you hold it at. I guess they're all that clear blue, but just it lines up thicker down here at the bottom with the layers. That's pretty cool. Here's Kong's scar tissue in place here. If you notice that one corner actually has to go underneath the socket right there. Just to give you an idea of that, how these are rubbery. Look, there's no articulation in the jaw here, but you can totally press that up. And then finally for the Skullcrawler, here, I didn't actually put this in yet because this one's easy. You just line them up there. There you go. I mean, none of them fit really snug because it's all rubbery stuff, but there you go. Here's the heave vehicle that comes with the Skullcrawler. No articulation or anything, it's just... Are those supposed to be tank treads or jets or what? The atomic breath is also translucent. Come on, focus. But once again, this is just super soft bendable stuff. I mean, I expect under its own weight, doesn't really sag. But we'll put that in his mouth in a minute here. There's the radio tower. And finally, also Kong's axe here. Also soft, bendable. So let me try to get these inserted here. Really quick, if you're checking this out here, you see there's like a little ball joint here at the end, at the beginning, I guess, of the atomic breath. The ball joint is actually, oh man, it's not going to focus. You're going to have to take my word for it. It's on the roof of the mouth here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, probably not. So it would actually face, insert upwards like this. You probably can't see this on camera, but all I did was insert the ball joint in the mouth like this, and it held its position for about 1 second, and then it just started slowly sagging like this. Okay, and so what we have here is I got Godzilla holding the radio tower here, the atomic breath there, Kong holding the axe, I didn't pose him very well. You really have to stretch the fingers or the axe to get that in there. I didn't really feel like putting that in the whole way. I probably won't ever put that back in there just because I don't want to damage it. And then I really didn't know what to do with the Skullcrawler and the heave vehicle, so I just put him in his mouth like he's trying to eat him. So maybe he's supposed to step on him or something like that. I don't quite know. So yeah, let me clean up a little bit here and let's get into articulation, okay? Okay, so for articulation here, once again I'm doing this one-handed here, so we're gonna have to you're gonna have to take my word for it. So the tail joint here will do a full 360. The legs here move from about this far back, almost 90 degrees, and then forward. The feet, the ankles, you can get some articulation in here. Some of them are stuck. I don't know if that's just from the production. They don't turn much. I guess you could force them to turn a little bit more, but I don't want to risk that. I don't know what would happen. So proceed with caution. Let me try this one really quick here. See, you can see there's a little bit of articulation, but I don't want to go too far. The arms will do a full 360, though you have to kind of bend it to get it past the thigh without scraping. And we have articulation in the head here. Not much, not much. Yeah, I really don't think it's designed to go past about that right there. So yeah, that's really not much articulation at all. Yeah, very slight articulation there. And there is articulation in the jaw, though the jaw on the other figure for me is slightly stuck. It doesn't move quite like this, but it's designed to. So that's about all the articulation for Godzilla. For the Skullcrawler, oh man, yeah, you can see his jaw opens quite wide there. And then what else do we have here? We got elbow joints here that go in that far. And they're actually, they spin and rotate too. They can spin a full 360. Yes, they can. Same with the shoulder sockets. They can swivel a full 360 and also swing in on joints. Let's see, the neck. Does the neck move? Yeah. No, you know what? I'm going to say no, the neck does not move on there. And then the tail can also swing a full 360 once you pop it in here. Give me some credit here for trying to do this all one-handed. Thank you. And finally, here's Kong. Let's see, the head can spin I think a full 360. Yeah. The arms look like they can do a full 360. They're also on swivels too. Yeah, full 360 plus the swivel on the shoulder. Oh, look at that, the forearm at the elbow here can spin a full 360. Plus you have the elbow joints that swing. Let me see here. The fist would spin a full 360. What else do we have here? The legs can kick forward about that much. Looks like he's doing like some kind of dance or something. And they kick back only to about a standing position. That's all the further back they go. Let's see here. What's going on? Oh, they can also rotate here. Is it a full 360? Not quite, no. Perhaps if you lift it up some here. Yeah, you can get a full 360 out of this. You just got to be careful with the angle you're applying pressure. The knees bend slightly. Bear with me here. Yeah, there you go. And then it kicks forward. Ooh, quite a bit. You can have them break a knee joint there. And then, yeah, that's it. There's no ankle pivot or anything or swings on this here. Lastly, let's get to some size comparisons with some other figures. Here are the two smaller Playmates Kong figures. As you can tell, this classic Kong figure that came out earlier from this year from Playmates is a little bit taller, actually like a full inch taller, maybe an inch and a half. But the new Godzilla vs. Kong Playmates figure has a lot more articulation. So, really quick, let's take one last look at Kong here before we put him away for now. At least these smaller toys don't have any of the screw holes like the larger figures do. So at least we're not screwed. Ha 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 ha. Let's take one last look at this Skullcrawler Island figure. Skullcrawler Island figure. The Skullcrawler from Skull Island figure. And possibly from the movie Godzilla vs. Kong. And then finally, let's compare the standard battle damage Godzilla figures with the Bandai Japan Godzilla King of the Monsters atomic variant version here. Yeah, as you can see, a lot more detail with the Bandai Japan version here. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is more bendable in terms of being a vinyl figure and everything compared to this, but this just seems like more quality. Yeah. Look at the sculpt difference. Still, I'm always happy to have new Godzilla figures and everything. So, that about wraps up this video here for comparisons and everything. Alright, Musties, let me know if you get any of these. Have you found them in stores? Have you ordered yours online? Let me know when you come across yours and what you get, and are you getting them all? Thanks for watching.